Welcome, this is your life now. A wasteland where we all take a vow.
Hi there, my name's Mallory, and I've had multiple sclerosis for 20 years and utilized a power wheelchair for 13. And I share what my family's experience is like navigating a chronic illness. And today I have my husband with me, Brad.
Hi there.
And I just really wanted to do a very candid, non-formal about us episode or a few or a series, because at the end of the day, that's really what I wanted majority of this podcast to be about, is how a disabled couple can thrive and continue to make every effort to be together and so forth. So anyways, this will be a little bit different than what you've seen or heard from me thus far. But that's why it's all right. I think at the end of the day, like, I take my roles as a mother and as a wife extremely important, and I want to be able to share that. So anyways, Brad, how long have we been together?
16 years next month.
That's married, right?
Married.
No,
yeah, we've been together.
September's
We've
married.
been married for 16 months. Goodness. Married for 16 years and together 19.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, May is 19.
May, yeah.
So we met on MySpace.
Wonderful MySpace. Yeah. Everybody oohs and ahs, like
MySpace was legit though.
old school though. Like it shows our age though. And
But it was cool because
you
like
could have your own music.
Yeah, that's
and-
exactly what I was about to say, is that's what we connected on, like where we, like, past profiles, I guess, was, I mean, I recognized the type of music you had on your profile. So anyways, that was the cool part. Like, you could make it yours, your
Right.
profile.
Yeah, most definitely.
So anyways, but MySpace was the jam, the OG of social media. But yeah, so we met, I mean, I was, what, 18 years old? Yeah.
18, yeah.
And I was
21,
Yeah, and I had just been diagnosed with MS a year prior.
right?
So I honestly really didn't know what that meant. I mean, I had back surgery, all those things, and I don't know, I just didn't know. You just never know. You can't anticipate what that looks like and so forth, but
But you had told me you had a chronic illness, like
Yeah, I
while
mean-
we were dating.
yeah.
You had
I
told
mean,
me this, so I mean,
it was definitely upfront, and I'm like the most honest person that you could ever meet, and so yeah, I was upfront, but I was walking. I was able. I don't know if it was noticeable.
no, not that I remember. I don't think it was noticeable, but I mean, I remember thinking like, okay, this is a chronic illness. I'm gonna have to deal with, a major disability in our late, 50s, 60s, something like that. Didn't think we'd have to deal with it in our, late 20s,
Yeah,
mid to late 20s.
Yeah, because I had just turned 25, so when my MS flared.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's still something that I am self-conscious about, which you always reel me back in. You always see it all over my face that I'm lying to myself about what, in reality, your love for me.
Right.
So, because I do with MS, I carry a lot of guilt for the burden that I put on everybody else. So,
I mean, and it's always in the back of my head too. Like, I mean, marriage is sickness and in health. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna bow out just because life gets hard.
and how is it?
And goodness, is it hard?
But I think, I mean, while we were discussing this and what this was going to be, and I was giving you permission to be as candid as possible and just non-formal. I mean, that was one of the things we talked about was, you know, we take the punches together. It's never an isolated situation where you leave me abandoned to figure something out, and
Right.
vice versa. I mean, we all three struggle with mental health in our house. I mean, I imagine that's a challenge in a lot of chronically ill homes. Just keeping your mind straight on reality and the truth.
And one thing I think you've mentioned before is when we deal with things, like I always, if you're going through something, it's always we're going through something. You know, if you're struggling with this or that, you know, like we're doing it as a family. We're doing it as a couple.
Mm-hmm.
So it's never you or I. It's always we. We do it together.
Which, I don't know, I was talking to my brother about this past week too. Like, really just talking about like the fact that like when I met you, you met me. Like, I think we both knew like this was a significant thing. Like, we just connected differently.
Okay.
To the point, like, and my point with him was we were inseparable from the time we met face to face. Like, we did talk. I mean, we talked on MySpace chat for a little bit, and then we talked on the phone for a little bit.
You hadn't told me about this, by the way.
The conversation with my brother.
No, you hadn't told me about this.
But no, it's just like it, like, you know, relationships in general, and talking about, you know, what I was telling him about is how beautiful a marriage can be when you're both on each other's teams and supporting each other, and like it's a wonderful thing to experience unconditional love. Like,
Right.
there's no conditions in our household, which is a very big relief from somebody sitting in a power wheelchair that has very little function. But I mean, I think that's something about us too. Like, we do realize our marriage is not 50-50. Sometimes it's 20% me
Right.
and the other half you. But sometimes, I mean, there are dips and different balances and etc. And I need to pick up extra weight, but and it may just be mental health weight or logistic weight, like keeping the house in order. Or, I mean, we realize that about our relationship is it's not 50-50 and it fluctuates very much so. But when we met though, like we just for me, I just knew like this was something lasting.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I know what you feel. I know what you're saying, I guess.
And then
It was something real.
But I think to my point, like when talking with my brother about this, is that we abruptly moved in together. Like, I only ever lived by myself for 6 months, and we like only dated like 6 months before we moved in with each other.
Yeah.
I don't think we both didn't. Like, we did it and it made sense and it felt right, and it was in the end like talking with someone else that we were like, oh, it's only been 6 months. Like, that was I think it was surprising to us because we'd felt like we were meant to be, and we belonged together.
It felt natural. It felt normal.
Yeah.
Like, it just felt like we were supposed to be together. Like, it was just, I don't know.
It just worked.
We
meshed. Everything about us meshed together well. So, but I think, I mean, meeting on MySpace and the way we interacted in the beginning really set our relationship and me and you on the appropriate path of like over communicating, because we communicate like nobody's business. Like,
literally everything. Like,
you know, when I've taken a poo, I know when you've taken a poo, I know about each other. And like, it's just like there's nothing off
the table.
Yeah. Like, we're just, I mean, even with emotions, we're very, I'm not very good. You have to draw it out in me.
I have to drag it out.
I
can see it in your face when something is wrong. and I have to drag it out.
But I'm a
'Cause I
deep
know-
thinker. I'm a deep thinker, and I really want to make sure what I'm delivering is like valid.
I know something is on your mind.
And so, but you're really good about drawing it out of me. And well, first, you're really good about recognizing something's going on really quickly and then drawing it out of me and addressing it before I allow something to fester. And
Make it worse than it
Yeah.
actually is.
yeah, and it's typically like, and I typically will start with, I know this is really stupid, babe, but this is how it made me feel.
Right, but that, I mean, that's what a marriage is, though. I mean, it's
I would hope. I say I would hope. Like, I really pray that everyone gets to experience the love that me and you in our
Yeah.
marriage too. So, but we do over communicate everything.
everything.
But I think we're open and honest with each other too. Like, there's something like I hear commonly, like out of young adults, like he's trying to change me and stuff like that. And I mean, I've had this conversation with our daughter too, that I mean, a good partner will try to change you, not try to change you, but encourage you to grow
Make you grow
and
for
be
the
your
better.
best. Yeah.
Right.
And so they recognize things that, like me, things that I might hold myself back and because I'm telling myself stories and things like that. A good partner recognizes that and is drawing the best out of me. And so that's something that we do a really good job of is having those uncomfortable
Right.
moments and
I mean,
saying,
I think we should always be growing. I mean, it's. I think it's.
it's okay.
Yeah. Sorry. Complete.
You
brain,
were a bit nervous about this.
Yeah, complete brain fart, guys. Yeah. So I mean, but anyway.
We believe in pushing each other to be better and grow towards their purpose, I think is maybe the right way to say that.
Yeah, most
But,
definitely.
We're very consistent about one, recognizing the other's love language, but also in our everyday actions, making sure that we're showing each other the language that you feel loved in. And so
Right.
if you definitely don't have to read the book to get a general idea of what love languages are, but there is a book, The 5 Love Languages, and I fit into words of affirmation. So I need to hear you say things to me like, there's no sense of like fact or validity to me unless you've said it.
Right. Yeah.
Like a feeling or anything like that. Like I need to hear it. I need to hear like you've done a good job, you love me. That's just me.
right.
And it's okay. We're all made up differently. And then
And my love language is physical touch. Like, I touch my shoulder, touch my head, rub my ear, whatever.
so
I feel like a dog.
I make a point to pet my puppy.
Yeah, to pet her puppy. Yeah.
You big hairy puppy. But no, I mean, really though, like I had to practice really hard to get that right. Like, cause that's not something I immediately was comfortable or had the know-how. Like, and I mean, for you, all it is just hold your hand. Like,
Hold my hand.
I can hold your hand walking through like the grocery store and you feel so loved and
I do. I really
respected
do.
and cared for. And so anyways, it's just those little things that
It sounds crazy, but it really is. Just that effort to reach out and put the effort in to hold my hand or to touch my shoulder or to touch my leg or just whatever. I mean, just putting in the effort to actually put in physical touch in there is really, it means a lot.
Yeah. So, and I guess to bring this all back around, like, how does all this work in a disabled household? Like, bottom line, we just over communicate, and I think that's one of our biggest wins when I'm explaining, like, look, I don't want to feel this way. I don't want to be a burden to you, but I need you to help me to the bathroom.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're never a burden. You're
And
never a
so,
burden.
I know, but that's what I tell myself. And so you, again,
And that's kind
very
of one of the
considerate
things
about
too, is like, you're never a burden. Like, as long as I get that physical touch and I get that touch on the shoulder or that hold of the hand, you're never a burden. Like,
but I think that it's kind of like, it goes back to just marriage 101. Like, take the disability, like all of that. Like, I think we're still vulnerable as a married couple if we didn't have
and I've
those
never
checks and
looked.
balances.
I've never looked at you yourself as a disability. I've just looked at it as you need help going to the restroom. You need help getting into the bathtub. It's no different than you needing help opening a jar.
Yeah.
Like, that's just the way I've looked at it.
Yeah.
You know, you need help reaching something from the top shelf. Like, that's just how I've looked at it.
But I think too, like, and correct me if I'm wrong, like, men want to be needed by their spouse.
Yeah, men are fixers.
Yeah, you are.
We are fixers.
Yeah, you are.
We want to resolve a problem, and
Which you say that too, and I'm like, yeah, that's a good point, because there's, I've just learned that with you to say, babe, I don't need you to fix anything. Just hear my heart.
shut up and listen.
Like,
You know how hard that is to shut up and listen,
and not
and
offer,
to not open my
like,
mouth.
not
That
offer
is so hard.
fixes.
Oh yeah, like to not show up or provide any advice. Like that. Oh my gosh, that is hard, to
hard.
not say anything.
We've come a long way. You've done it. You're doing a great job. But I think too, one other thought is that, you know, when our relationship, yes, started with wonderful communication and just kind of grew from there. But we also, we enjoy being outdoors, and I think that's one of the hardest things that we're kind of pedaling for right now and trying to find is, like, what is our interest? What's our hobby? What's our thing? Because, you know, we did a lot of outdoor activities early on when we were dating. We got into scuba diving. You know, all of those things. And as a couple, I think that's been kind of one of the hardest things for us to.
I think we kind of figured out that cruising may be our new thing.
Yeah,
Just because we can be outdoors, we can be out on the balcony, we can be on the ocean, and you can still be in your chair and be fully accessible and like.
Yeah, and so I think we've always tried to keep a hobby or interest in the forefront.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know, it's an experience for us. Because I know, like, one of my favorite things that we used to do with hobbies, like, was just talking through scuba diving. What'd you see? What'd you encounter? And things like that. But even hiking, I mean, I don't know. It's just kind of like our everyday thing to communicate that way, even with our daughter. But what was your favorite part? What did you learn? What was the win? Like, those are the kind of conversations we have. But I don't know. We're exploring that moment at the moment.
Trying
like,
to
what's
figure it out.
what's our thing? Because
Cruising is, like, you know, is definitely kind of on top of the list at the moment, though, I think.
Yeah.
Just because I can go diving.
Yeah. You can still get diving in, and I can hang out at, I don't want to say the bar. I probably won't even drink, but I can find somewhere to hang out.
Somewhere to hang out, right? I mean, you can visit the world.
Yeah.
And still
in the port. I don't know, but I don't know if we just, it's as my MS progresses, just ever so subtly, it's a little sneaky thief, but as it progresses, we always find ourselves pivoting to what our interests are at the moment, just to keep us both
right
in a hobby and enjoying life. That's been a priority, is quality of life and doing it together.
Right.
So
Definitely. Thanks for watching. If you're enjoying the content we're creating, please remember to subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and find us wherever you can get your podcasts.